Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, The Town Watch. My name is Josh Town. Thank you for stopping by today. A number of months ago, I unboxed two watches from Timex and their T80 line. I unboxed a silver one and a black one. And finally, I'm getting around to the full review of these watches. They come on the expansion bracelet, at least the ones that I have, stainless steel. And so I'm excited to go in depth in this video and go over all the details of these two watches that perhaps might be Casio alternatives. Let's jump in and start the review. Alright, here they are, the silver version and the black version of the Timex T80 on that stainless steel expansion bracelet right there, as you can see. And all of you who have OCD, I went the extra mile and I set both of these watches to exactly the same time and date. So please, if you have OCD, hit that like button for that extra mile that I went to set these to the exact same time. Appreciate that very, very much. But let's jump right into the specs and features of these two watches right here. The model number is written there. I could not find anything about the movement and what movement is being used here, but it is an acrylic crystal on these watches. Case material, though it may appear on some models to be metal, it is not. It's a resin plastic. Case diameter between the pushers is 34.5 millimeters. To the edge of the pushers, it's 38 millimeters. Case thickness is 10 millimeters. Lug to lug distance is 43.2 millimeters. Lug width is 18 millimeters, and the band material on these ones is stainless steel. Water resistance is just 30 meters. The weight is 46.2 grams, and the MSRP price on these models with that expansion bracelet is $59 US. So those are the quick specs of these watches. What are my initial thoughts? My initial thoughts is that these are pretty good looking pieces, and with the expansion bracelets like they are, that stainless steel, I think they look pretty good. Although as we talk about the bracelets, you'll find that I'm not the biggest fan of these, but I think the looks of them look pretty cool. And overall, these are pretty fun little watches. Expansion bracelets, you let me know how you feel about those down in the comments below, but do understand that these watches come on other bracelet options if you do not like the expansion bracelet. But let's talk about the case of these watches. I'm going to just try and hold one of them here. Maybe we'll switch back and forth, but you can see that the plastic is painted. This one has like a chrome polished finish to it here on this case, and there are even other, like a gold one. I think there might be a pink one, a blue one, many different versions of this watch. And of course the T80 line has some special editions as well, and so there's a lot of options for the T80. But you can see that there is a solid case back here written with Timex and some other information. It is screwed down with 4 screws. But you know, being a plastic case, you do have to be careful with these watches. If you hit it too hard on something, you might crack the case. So keep that in mind, that is plastic. There are 4 buttons here, as you can see. They all have different functions, and we'll go over those functions here in a moment. I found the buttons easy enough to use. The crystal, as mentioned, is an acrylic, and you can see that it's slightly curved, which is kind of neat to have, but that will scratch up, so keep that in mind also. The display, at least the outer portion here, is kind of a cool design. I like the looks of it with the striping that is going on this one at least, and maybe both of them. No, not so much the silver one, but you can see on this black one that the T80 here, let me clean that off. The T80 and the start stop is kind of canted a little bit. It's not directly parallel with the display. It's kind of popped up a little bit and popped up a little bit. So I don't know if that's a quality control issue. Most people probably wouldn't have noticed that, but I did, and it bothers me a little bit, but not too much. The display, the actual display, moving on from this outer portion, the actual display I found to be quite legible in most lighting. On the black version, I think it would have been cool to see a good negative display, but they've chosen not to do that. And really the display is somewhat unique. It changes colors as you move the watch around. Sometimes it looks green, sometimes it has a yellowish color or a grayish color. So not sure why that happens necessarily, but I found the watch to be legible and easy to read when you wanted to check the time. And let's just go real quickly through the functions here. If you want to set things, you press this button and then the seconds will go. You can move through to set the minutes, the hour, and then up to the date up top there, then the year, and those are the settings. You go through the modes here. You have the alarm setting, and there's the chronograph or stopwatch, and that's pretty much it. And when you're in the chronograph, of course, you can start stop right here and reset all of that. So really intuitive, easy to use. And then when the lights are out, this button is the Indiglow. So we'll see that in a moment. But those are the functions of these watches. Really easy to use. So I'm going to shut off the lights and we'll check that Timex Indiglow. All right, so this is one of my favorite parts of these watches is the Indiglow. It's momentary, so as long as you hold it down, it'll stay on. And it looks great. It's like an icy blue color, and they really do a good job with that Indiglow. It's very, very good. So as I mentioned, I really think these watches look good on these expansion bracelets. When they're not stretched out, I think they look pretty cool. I did not adjust these, but there is a way to adjust these bracelets. I felt that it fit on my wrist without adjusting anything. It didn't really stretch at all on my 6.5-inch wrist when I put it on. If I were to keep these watches, I probably would have adjusted it and taken a few of these links out to make it a little bit tighter. But like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the expansion bracelet, although I did find that when I put these watches on my wrist, I did not have any of my hair pulled, so that was a good thing. And just keep in mind again that there are many other options, many other bracelet options, and another stainless steel type bracelet that kind of has a clasp as well. So you can get that if you want. But yeah, guys, again, let me know your thoughts about the expansion bracelet down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. I'm going to jump back in front of the camera and share my final thoughts. Well, I do have to say that I like these Timex T80 watches. I think they're pretty fun pieces and they won't break the bank either. Now, do I think they're slightly overpriced? Yes, I do for what you get. I think you could find some other watches that are a better value for your money, but I do have to say these are pretty cool. I'm not a fan of the expansion bracelet that you get on the ones that I got. If I were to buy one of these to keep, I would definitely go for the regular stainless steel bracelet that they have that folds over and has the little clasp on it. I think you pay a little bit more for that, but that's what I would go with. But overall, these are fun watches, and please let me know down in the comments what you think of expansion bracelets in general. For me, they kind of have old man vibes. I like the look of them when they're closed and not stretched out, but yeah, not for me for sure. But share your thoughts about them down in the comments below. And do share your thoughts about the Timex T80s in general. What do you think about these watches? I know there's many variations, even special editions of these. But what do you think about the Timex T80s in general? Share your thoughts down in the comments below. And please like this video. Give it a like, let us know, hit that like button. We really appreciate that, and that helps out the channel. And thank you so much for tuning in to this video today. That's it for the Town Watch. We'll see you next time.